Hello everyone, this is Eric Youngblood, Training Manager for Syndicate Claims Services. Today we're going to be talking about how to set up the General Loss Report for AAA ACE. You should have received an email that contained this zip file right here, AAA GLR Note Templates. If you right click on it, click Extract, or if you double click on it, depending on the type of computer you have, it will extract this folder. Inside this folder, you'll see the various note templates that we're going to use to create our general loss report for AAA. First, we're going to open up our estimate that our claim that we received from AAA. I've created a template, which is different than what your report will look like. As a reminder, first step, when we first go into the estimate, go ahead and click on the Xactimate tab, copy from project. We're going to choose one of the estimate trees, copy it into the estimate. Now when you go to the estimate line items, you're going to see the tree that we use to write our estimates. Okay, that was the first step. Go ahead and do that as soon as you open up the claim. From there, we've written our report, we've written everything, we're ready to write our general loss report. That can be found by clicking on the Report Management tab under General Loss Report. Now this section here is going to vary from claim to claim, depending on whether it's a status report, final report, whether there's any supplements or whether it's a reinspection. The various tabs below, the enclosures, are going to vary whether you have receipts, contractor estimates, invoices, the number of photos. You'll need to customize that based on the report you write. In the remarks section, that is where we write our report, in this area right here. Now, before we do it, for the very first time, what you're going to need to do to copy those note templates in is go to the Xactimate tab, hit Data Transfer. When you browse, you're going to find, make sure it says Folder and Retrieve. You're going to browse and find on your desktop the AAA GLR Note Template folder that we extracted a moment ago. Click OK. From there, click Select Items. And you're going to see in the note templates there are 13 different notes that we use to write our GLR. If you highlight them all, Control A, hit Retrieve. Now I've already got them in there, so I'm going to hit Skip for all the profile items, and you'll see that I skipped them. But they should not be in there yet, so will say succeeded once they're all loaded in. So we go back to our estimate, and we're ready to write our general loss report. Again, under Report Management, under the Remarks section of the General Loss Report, click Add. Now, in this area, click Add. You're going to right-click below Load Note Template. And here you go. Here are the notes, starting with the first one. They're numbered AAA 01 DOL template, and then it goes down below that 02 all the way to 013. They're labeled that way, so you can just follow them in order. 01 Date of Loss template. The first one is Date of Loss, and that'll be the title, DOL, Date of Loss. Type DOL. Next, add your second one. Right-click, Load Template. Number 2, Date. This is date of contact, inspection, all that contact information that we typically include. We title it Date. You can use the names that I provided in the note templates. Number 3, Cause of Loss. Just title it Cause of Loss. And so on. We'll go down through all of them here. Number 4, Loss, ISO, Loss History. That information will be provided by the client. Subrogation and salvage. damage assessment. This is the adjustment area. This is where we're talking about our inspection and what we found and what we're going to include on any estimate that we include. Vendor involvement. Again, this is the section where we address contractors, mitigation contractors, any other parties involved. We're going to include their information and address their involvement in the claim. Keep on working our way down. Residents. Here we're going to address the risk and who is living at the residence at the time, whether it's an insured, whether the insured has guests living with him, whether it is a rental property, who is residing in the property at that point in time, and what is the property used for. Loss of use. There will be several questions about loss of use in this new report. This is the first one. We've got some wording we can use. We'll go over the wording in just a second. Continue on down. Just follow the numbers. We're on number 10 now. Loss of use type. Again. Loss of use length. We're almost done. Personal property damage. This is the second to last one. And lastly, action plan. There we go. Now we've taken some of the wording from the previous report, the previous caption report that we used in FileTrack, included some of that, but we've added in the tokens that can pull the information from Xactimate. So once you've loaded in those notes, I'm going to show you an overview of this, a view of what this is going to look like once it's all done. This is what your general loss report is going to look like with the notes that we've added in. Now you'll see the italics. Those are descriptions that have been supplied to us by AAA explaining what they want to see in each area. So once you type in the information, you'll need to delete that description. But that description is there for your benefit so that you can know what should be included under each of those captions. So here you're going to see we do have tokens, so we'll delete out that. We do have tokens involved in this, and so when you enter that information correctly into Xactimate, that will populate those areas. When you see an underlined section like that, that is a blank section that you need to type in information. Like in the cause of loss, you will need to write out a description of the specific cause of loss. ISO history, the only information we have here is give a description of it. That information should come from the client. Subrogation salvage. On some of these, we have included example statements from our previous reports that we've used. Go in, delete all that don't apply, and type in any additional information as needed. Again, some samples here, types of damage that you might find. Go ahead and just address the areas here. Try to have this follow this estimate tree, and the report and the estimate tree should match up in the order that we write them. Vendor involvement. Some previous statements that we included on our other report. If you have filled in the information, the contractor information, you will be able to use the token there, otherwise delete that information there. Again, residents, these are some canned statements. Personal property damage, again, these are statements that come from our previous report. Choose the ones that apply, and in the action plan, we're addressing if this is a status report and there is more actions to come, then you can address those there in your report. Go to the recommendations tab, scroll down to the bottom. What I have done is I've copied and pasted the old statement that we used to have at the bottom of our report. Please review the documents. Should coverage be provided, you're in agreement with our findings. We recommend payment based on this report and our estimate. And that is the general loss report. Make sure that you always check your spelling. Make sure that you fill out the appropriate information so that the tokens pre-fill. Make sure that you preview this and look through it. Make sure that you have all the appropriate information filled in before submitting it. Once it's done, it will be uploaded through the print window just like the other reports will be uploaded using the print window into exact analysis.